What I'm about to tell you will surely sound counterintuitive, considering we're talking about a mirror-polished aventuring dialed watch, but this is one of those microbrand offerings that are more about substance than style, and it takes a closer look to understand why. In anticipation of their second model launch, Quasar have not only given me the opportunity to review their debut, but they offer two lucky members of this community a chance to win a couple of great packages in addition to an unbelievable 35% discount. Stay tuned for details on how to win. These are Quasar Starlight. Adam Marshall is not only one of the nicest microbrand owners out there, which is an accomplishment on itself, he's also one that proved a high level of receptiveness to feedback and, more importantly, the nimbleness to act on it. An initial Kickstarter campaign was quickly cancelled after it became clear potential backers were not keen on a pedestrian NH35 caliber and a few questionable design choices. Adam rolled up his sleeves, upgraded the caliber, streamlined the design, and took the brave step of ditching Kickstarter and launching the Starlight on the brand's website. Half a year later, a special edition smashed through its Kickstarter goals, getting fully funded in 15 minutes and gathering almost 100 backers. But that's not all. Adam kept busy, and in less than a month, Quasar's second model will launch on Kickstarter. My review of the Nebula will be available shortly before the launch, so subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell will enable you to get a closer look when it will matter most. In sharp contrast to its style, the case of the Starlight offers little originality. The Omega DNA is obvious, from the dimensions and proportions to the pseudo-twisted lugs to the streamlined shape, and I'm absolutely fine with that. What I'm not a big fan of is missing on some fine details, and that's not because those fine details aren't there, but the all-polished finish blurs everything into a silhouette. What's definitely original, and to me at least surprisingly effective, is the sleek crown cut in half by a sprocket that enhances grip, while its outer wall is signed against a glassy background that matches the color of the dial. Speaking of the dial, it sure can be divisive. Many, myself included, would say the 12 o'clock is the most important marker, the one that gets most of the attention, so replacing it is bold and hard to pull off. Quasar have done a great job refining their original approach, but I personally would have dropped the name lower, between 10 and 2, while slightly enlarging the crest that, coincidental or not, reminds me of the Star Trek ships. The only other alterations I would have made would have been to drop the automatic text under the model name and giving the watch a more substantial set of hands to better counterbalance the blocky applied indices. These, however, as I previously stated, are subjective opinions that are largely addressed on the upcoming Nebula model. Also subjective is my appreciation for the intricate sub-seconds track printed on the shallow rehaut and the classic date integration. Finally, the bracelet might seem rudimentary, and I don't mind the pressed clasp, but I would have appreciated a couple of options when it comes to adjustability. A refined watch, this is not. As stated earlier, the all-mirror polish approach is actually detrimental to the few design details that would have greatly benefited from some highlighting. That's not to say the quality is lacking. The surfaces are smooth to touch and the work is consistent throughout. Integration of the oyster-style bracelet is also reasonable, with only almost imperceptible gaps created at the corners of the end link case junction. The bracelet might look a bit flimsy, but solid, fully articulated links are more than what many established brands offer at the same price, and I actually like the balanced action of the clasp. Printing is also well done, and framing the date window is a nice bonus for the price. Starlight is the most affordable watch powered by a Miyota 9015 automatic caliber. Just as good and reliable as any entry-level Swiss movement, this one hacks, handwinds and benefits from a date complication while running at 4 Hz. While 316L stainless steel and sapphire crystal have become standard for microbrands, most entry-level affordable watches have the annoying tendency to cut costs by skimping on lume and AR coating. Not the case here. Granted, the amount of lume Starlight benefits from is not awe-inspiring, but it's good to see you can have your cake and eat it, and Swiss Superluminoval BGW9 doesn't have to be replaced by underperforming Japanese or Chinese compounds. As for the anti-reflective substance applied under the sapphire crystal, I'm actually impressed with the amount applied by Quasar. And the great AR coating application is more than welcome, considering these are dials made of aventurine, the mineral whose shimmering effect brands like Christopher Ward have used to create unique wrist light shows. Depending on the brand and model, aventurine dials usually come with a premium worth between 5 and 10% of the value of the base model, so it's safe to say they also have a higher production cost and/or rejection rate, making it a premium material. Quasar even score an extra point for also using the green variant, a first for microbrands as far as I know. Now, is it natural or synthetic aventurine? Quasar claim on their website it's real aventurine, and I have no reasons to believe otherwise. I admit to being quite surprised at how well this watch wears on my 19cm wrist. A generic bracelet this might be, but it's very ergonomic and it does a great job balancing the watch. The clasp feels thin, but purposely thin, not cheap thin, and the link mobility helps the bracelet conform to the wrist without any hair pulling. Granted, the 55mm distance between the tips of the male end links spells overhang for any wrist with a circumference under 7 inch, but let's not forget this is a 41mm all-polished watch, so hardly a discrete piece for slender wrists. Versatility is severely impacted by the polishing, I'm afraid. Starlight is too flashy to be a true formal watch, while fear on inherent scratching will weigh in on one's decision to wear this as a daily. Luckily, not only is Starlight's pricing very competitive, especially after taking advantage of the 35% discount, but 2 of you will be gifted these 2 watches courtesy of Adam and myself. And that's only half the good news. Winners of the 2 Starlights will also be gifted matching leather straps and leather travel rolls, accessories that can be found on Quasar's web store. So, how does one participate in these giveaways? First of all, it should be noted that the green dialed watch will be available for Instagram subscribers, while the blue one will go to one of the Facebook friends. Links to posts on those social networks are provided in the description of the video, and that's where you'll be able to read the rules. Meanwhile, I would like to get your feedback on Quasar, so use the comment section below to leave your thoughts. If you haven't already subscribed, I would like to know why, so please use the comment section below to let me know. Thank you for watching. See you soon.